From Carr, Riggs, and Ingram, this is It Figures, the CRI podcast, an accounting, advisory, and industry-focused podcast for business and organization leaders, entrepreneurs, and anyone who is looking to go beyond the status quo.
Hello, folks. I'm Martin Copeland. I'm a certified public accountant and a certified information technology professional, and I'm a partner in Carr, Riggs, and Ingram's Aniana, Alabama office. I've been an accountant since 1981 and started life as an auditor with a national public accounting firm, moved to a role as an internal auditor and then controller with an international public corporation, and then I moved back to public accounting in the role as an outsourced controller. And then over time, I also developed a specialty in implementing accounting software for our clients. And for the past 3 years, I've been helping lead CRI's push to expand our client accounting services. And our guest today is Deanna Dibben, and she's going to help us understand what client accounting services means. But first, Deanna, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. I'm Deanna Dibben. I'm a partner out of the Nashville office. I've been in public accounting for over 18 years. My primary area is in tax. However, I do have also concentration in client accounting services. Over the past 18 or so years, I helped small to medium-sized businesses to set up accounting records from startup phase to fully operational, or assist transition during the purchase or sale of existing business. My services also include training of client employees, controller services, budgeting and forecasting, cash management, and other special projects based on client needs.
Great. Well, our topic today is full spectrum CAS services. So not just simply CAS services, but let's start with what CAS services means. What does that mean to you when I say CAS services?
So CAS stands for Client Accounting Services. It is also known as Outsourced Accounting Services. It typically includes your traditional bookkeeping, which is bank reconciliation, posting of journal entries. It could also include monitoring of accounts payable, entering bills, paying bills, reporting 1099 at the end of the year. It could also be accounts receivable creation, so invoicing and receiving of payments. Sometimes we are also handling the sales tax reporting for clients or payroll processing and monitoring.
Great. And so I've also, though, heard, and in fact, listening to your introduction, I've heard CAS described as client advisory services. So what services do you provide? And you mentioned some of those, but what services do you provide that fall in the definition of advisory? And tell us a little bit about those.
So training client personnel to use accounting technology would be one. Assisting clients to understand why accounting controls and processes are important for the entity. Assistance with cash management, and helping clients with budgeting and forecasting. And finally, maybe acting as an outside controller or a CFO, depending on clients' needs.
So maybe what would that entail, that job?
That job would be at a higher level advisory service where client may have an internal accounting bookkeeper or department, and they would outsource the function of controller to do either a month-end close or oversee the accounting department and produce valuable data insights for better management decisions.
So management information.
Correct.
Primarily then, in addition to the task you actually described. Well, today we hear a lot, or I hear a lot about robotic processes or bots, artificial intelligence. I hear the automation thrown around, and especially in terms of how those tools may affect accounting and bookkeeping. So tell me what ways you see those tools affecting your clients.
So robots will not replace accountants. They will assist in the process. So the accounting process has not changed. So the automation and the robots that are being introduced, they are assisting to accelerate some of the processes. but they're not doing the complete process at 100%. They may cover 40 to 50% of the process, or maybe more, depending on the process. So having said that, the role of the accountant will not become obsolete. It will transition into the advisory role and focus on the robot's results. So we will focus more on growth and better ways to invest and spend money.
Right. So while the robot has capability to provide qualitative and quantitative data, you're saying humans still have to interpret that?
Correct. So the human is still going to be responsible for determining how does that data impact the results for a business.
Right. So I'm glad to know that I'm not becoming obsolete, nor are you. But it's an exciting time in the accounting industry to see these changes. It's exciting for me. I confess to being a bit of a tech nerd, and so it is interesting to see the changes. But another area that I know we help in, or I think we do, I've heard clients describe challenges in finding qualified personnel to fill in-house bookkeeping and accounting roles. So have your clients express the same concerns?
Absolutely. It's a continuous challenge to find qualified, trained individuals that are able to take on bookkeeping responsibilities. Automation helps quite a bit with that. But also, this is where client accounting services could come in and help businesses to be that outsourced accounting department. So
now with the changes, though, that automation knowledge, that knowledge of that automation, it is going to be really important, right? It seems like it should be.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think I hear you saying then that your staff, our staff, the CRI staff, would have that understanding of the technology and then be able to apply that accounting knowledge, the advisory knowledge, on top of that technology and really help our clients run their business, right?
Correct.
And I know I hear you saying that we take care of most of the functions, or we can take care of most of the functions for our clients, but does that mean we would necessarily take care of all the functions for our clients? Are we in every case looking to take the whole set of services?
So client accounting services is a different types of service altogether. It is not all or nothing. It could be tailored, or it is tailored on each client's individual needs. So it could be that the client would like to process accounts receivable in-house, but outsource the payable function and payroll processing, or vice versa. It could be that they need budgeting and forecasting help, and they will outsource or get help with that. It could be that they only need the sales tax function to be outsourced. So there's not one approach that is being applied to every client. Every single client accounting service client has a different level of service depending on what they need.
And how do you figure out what a client needs? What would your approach be?
So generally, in the very first consultation, there is a lot of questions that are being asked, how they operate. And honestly, the number one question that I typically ask is, what are you struggling with and how can we help? That usually opens up a list of items, what they would like to be handled. And a lot of the times it could be, very specific top 3 items. It could be, I would like for you to handle all of it so I can concentrate my efforts in growing my business.
Great. That's a perfect approach. It's something that I like to do too. And I knew that you would do that too. I know how passionate you are about helping your clients. And I think there's so many of us at CRI that have that same passion and really want to see our clients succeed. I know a lot of our professionals really like tax and can help our clients with tax. You mentioned you've got that background. We have auditors, and I have that background. And those are important clients, but really seeing a business or an entity of any kind succeed, I got to tell you, that's one of the reasons that I even got into accounting. my background is my family had a business, and I helped them run that business when I was a teenager. Too young, actually, in some cases, to do some of the things I did. But I share that passion, and I share that with our clients. And I think there's so many of us here at CRI that do that. But there is an area that I know concerns our clients, because we've been sitting here talking about technology and using technology and how technology will help perform the tasks and handle the transactions that we deal with in accounting. But it seems like every day there's some new story highlighting the vulnerability of computer systems. So what's your take? Are computerized accounting systems becoming more vulnerable?
I would say no. If anything, most of the cloud accounting softwares have very high level security measures. The backing up of the data for the recovery purposes is much easier. And the add-on automation just creates a lot of efficiencies for not hiring an internal IT person to be sure that you are backing up the system's data, that you're keeping up with the hardware. Everything is done outside of your office and at the levels that are extremely secure.
So you're not advising your clients to just move back to manual books and processes, I gather.
Absolutely not.
Right, exactly. And I agree with that. And in my past role as a technician, I've had to help many clients who lost their data. And, much of that work is gone today by moving the back end, moving those pieces of data into much more secure, much more robust, hardened data centers that are maintained by the highest level technical folks that exist today, as well as the technology that helps back that up. To kind of keep the bad actors away from our accounting data. And our accounting data is so important to our clients. So maybe just to summarize, can you just kind of bring all of this back together and tell us what you think about client accounting services?
So starting your own business or managing an accounting department can be challenging. We can help by providing a dedicated team of accounting professionals to process transactions and provide invaluable insights on data. This approach greatly assists our clients make better management decisions and frees our clients to do the things that they're most passionate about.
And I absolutely agree with you, and that is the passion of all of us here at Carr.
If you want more CRI insights or are interested in learning about our firm, please visit our website at cricpa.com. Thanks for listening to this episode of It Figures, the CRI podcast. You can subscribe to It Figures on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you prefer to listen to your podcasts. If you liked what you heard today, please leave us a review.